So yesterday when I was working on this D2, I was using the electronics and other bits and pieces to find out what the codes were. It seems to be something to do with air. Now, I fannied about with this, with computers for about 3 hours to try and get that video into half an hour. But it was a real sort of long process, and some people said, well, why didn't you use a smoke tester, Mike? Because I was sick of it, right? I have other things to do. So today I'm using the smoke tester, as you can hear, and it is bubbling away like crazy. Yeah. As Arthur Brown might say, Arthur Brown from Whitby, fire. But not really, it's just smoke. I thought I'd put Arthur Brown in from Whitby. Anyway, as you can see here, it is leaking like a bloody sieve. It is leaking from all over the place. I need to find a better torch, a better light. I've got some lights up here, but I'll be back in it. Oh, wait a minute, here. It is leaking from here. There's a leak from somewhere down here, underneath here. There's so many, it's hard to spot which one's which. But let's have a look at this side first. There's something in the valley gasket. Is it the PC breather? I don't know. Could be. It's leaking everywhere. This is a particularly nasty one here. I think somebody's tried to repair this pipe before. It's not the clip that's loose, it's leaking out here. Why is this leaking here? Somebody said it could be leaking out the valley gasket. I'll have to turn the machine back on. It could be. There's just smoke everywhere. There's so much smoke that it's very difficult to see. It is leaking out of this fitting here, and the top, but there's a lot of smoke coming from underneath here. Oh, it's coming out the dipstick. Dipstick O-ring's not working. That's one thing we could plug up. That's a relatively easy fix. This one's an easy fix. This one's probably an easy fix too. I think they had an O-ring on the pipe. Ironically, the ones I fixed with the little clips aren't leaking. But this is bad. It's bad. The problem with these bloody aluminium engines is there's nowhere to put my mag mount on. Ah, damn it. Let's see if I can get this off here. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll take the machine off and save fluid. So you push that ring in and you take this out. Now, can we replace the O-ring? Oh. Gosh, it's one of these jobs where you sort of need to employ an octopus. Oh. The O-ring is so hard. Look, I'm using all my pressure. I could crush a grape. That is so hard. Let's see if we can find one. And the answer is no. I have every size but this one. I know somebody will have one. That'll be JP. Do I want to drive down there just for an O-ring? Not particularly. Yeah, that's really hard. It looks like I'll have to go down there. Well, let's keep looking for faults. Could be here all day. But yeah, that O-ring, it's just too hard. But I'll tell you what I'll do. God, I wish I had some more in here. I'm going to put a bung in that hole. I'm going to put a bung in here and see if we can plug that hole up and continue with the test. It seems to be quite thick coming out of here somewhere. If you can see in the torchlight, you can see the amount of smoke coming out of it. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get my little endoscopic camera out. That could be fun. Well, I've actually got the app working now, the battery's charged up, and you can probably see here, if I move this around a little bit, there's an awful lot of smoke. It looks like I say, it looks like it's on fire. Coming out from the valley. Is it the valley gaskets? Could be, because now you see the smoke has penetrated into the cylinders, into the crankcases, not just gone through the manifold. It's got through the manifold, through the valves through the piston rings, into the crankcases, and that's why smoke's coming out of the dipstick tube. Obviously there's a leak somewhere, but it wouldn't be leaking oil. These engines on the valley gaskets very rarely leak oil. Well, maybe they do a bit, but not that bad. But I'm going to pop down to JP this afternoon to see if he's got an O-ring like this, because it's a really oddball size. He has a massive amount of bits and pieces. He has O-rings that's like in increments of 1/4 of a millimetre for some of these special jobs. Anyway. So I just got back from JP and he actually had an O-ring for this. So that is one job solved. But it's spewing smoke out of the front, a little bit out of the back as well. But there's so much of it, it's very, very difficult to see where it's actually coming from. So it looks like you've got to take off all this manifold, but I ain't got no gaskets, I ain't got nothing for this, so it's drivable as it is, but probably that's what's kicking off the fault. Now it is kind of a big leak, because if I get the machine out like that, and I'll do a zoom, move these leads out a little bit, you can probably see the ball on the manometer is right at the very top. That usually signifies a big leak, because on here we've got like a 40,000th of an inch, 20 thousandths, 10 thousandths. I like them well below that. I like them so that ball don't move at all. But the problem is it's spewing out. So that's what's probably putting the check engine light on. I don't know. I'll have to talk to the owner to see what the history of this engine was. I know it was rebored. Well, not rebored. It was they put the top hat liners in the engine, because obviously the liner had come loose. So they did all 8. But it doesn't look like they smoke tested it before they put it back together. We don't know. So again, once again, the smoke tester to the rescue. You don't just want one of these. You need one of these. See ya.